Hey guys, welcome to the Bible reading. I'm Andrew Eads, and I'm looking at the KJV Reader's Edition Bible with Sacred Syntax. This is a new edition that was just recently released at the end of 2025. It's an exclusive from the KJV Store, and you can see some of the specs on here. It's an edge-lined goatskin leather cover, Reader's Edition Bible. Here are all the specs. And if you want to pause it and check that out, I'll read a little bit to you here. The KJV Store's Reader's Edition Bible with Sacred Syntax solves a 400-year-old dilemma by applying the most poetic setting and visual system to the world's most poetic biblical language, the text of the King James Bible. I have been doing a deep dive into the King James Bible this year, and as a fan, as an enthusiast of the KJV, I'm using it for all my readings and such, and I'm loving learning about it and its 400 plus years of history. And there's a certain cadence that the KJV has, and as a fan of translation philosophy, I like to look at translators like Robert Alter and Everett Fox. And Robert Alter talks highly of the KJV Bible and talks about it setting a precedent that no other English Bibles followed. Every Bible wanted to make it sound very modern and relevant, whereas the KJV has more of an antique quality to it. Even when it was published, it wasn't using the current English of the time in all cases. So there's a visual system used in this Bible that sets apart different types of writings in it. So let's look at this box real quick. I like this box a lot. It has a black, it's lined in black inside, and it's a pretty durable box, a nice red satin feel to it, and look to it, I should say. And it opens up like that. It's not like a two-part box with a lid. So yeah, nice box. And the Bible itself, the leather, is a nice pebbly goatskin leather, and it's very thin, which I actually like. It's a full yap edition, so it completely goes together. And I always like the yapped editions to have this tooled edge there, so it just doesn't, to me, sometimes yap editions can look just like a bag, like a leather bag that happens to have a book in it. This is my first premium Bible. I've studied and watched different reviews on lots of different Bibles and stuff, so I do know a lot of the terminology and such. We have the gold foil writing on the spine here. KJV, the Reader's Edition. It's the King James Version, Holy Bible. There's some raised spine hubs here. There are 6. I may be not in the know why there's not one here, but I would have loved to have had a 7th, especially, the biblical number of 7, like how appropriate that would have been. And there's nothing on the front cover. It's just fully this nice goat skin, very thin. It's calfskin lined. And so you can see the very floppy cover, which I actually really like. It feels really good. And yeah, I really like this edition a lot. I don't know Randy Brown personally, the one who basically formatted this Bible, engineered this Bible, and I know there are other people involved as well, but I feel like this was made for me. This is one of this is the first premium Bible that has tempted me to want to get this, because the way that it visually sets apart the different types of writings in the Bible was just what I was after. So there's this red motif of this Bible. You can see the red here, the red, there's 3 nice red ribbons. There's the gold, red on gold, gold on red. When you open the Bible, there's the red gilt on the pages here. And so, yeah, you can see there's drop caps in it. And so this Bible, when you see this block script like this, this is the Bible's narrative. It's the story. And so you can see there's these black headings, which sets apart major parts of the story. And eventually, you get into, there will be a red heading indicating minor headings or parts of the story within the black ones. So you can see that this, for instance, this sets apart a list. It has an LI right there, and then you know that this is a list that follows. And you'll see that there's all these cues that indicate what type of literature you're reading in the Bible, whether it's poetry, dreams, parables, letters, lists, etc. Now the drop caps even have a code in them. You can see that when it takes up the 4 lines here that were in the Bible's narrative in the story, and when it's in the poetry sections, there's a drop cap, especially in the Psalms. It's set out to the edge, and it's not indented, and it only takes up the 3 lines. So I like the dark red of the drop caps, and also in some of the subheadings in the Bible too. This being a reader's edition, and by the way, I love the off-white paper that's used here. It really just makes it feel just it's a beautiful edition to look at and to want to read, as well as the Monarcha font. It's like a serif type font, and I love it. It's really easy to read a lot and just to keep reading, and I really like this font. I don't think it's ever been used in another Bible translation, but the ghosting is very minimal. I know the camera picks it up more. It tries to focus in on it, but seeing in the poetry sections, you do obviously see it on the back. But when you're in the narrative sections, it's line matched very well, so you don't see stuff on the edge or inside here. So I like that a lot. And as being a reader's edition, the verses are in the gutter, and the visual system is neat how it works, because it's easy to find where you're at if you're following along, or if you're looking for a reference to read aloud. So if you go to any narrative section, you see verse 36, and how your eye automatically goes to where the verse starts because it's double spaced. It's like any of these verses here, 38, you just kind of go to it naturally. I've seen other readers' editions where it does the same thing, but having that double space makes it really easy, and you don't really notice it, I find, unless you're actually looking for it. So it's easy to read, and there's no footnotes, no references or anything in this. It's a reader's edition, and I want to say I really love how wide the page is. It's not a very wide Bible. It's not a personal size. It's not a full size. It's kind of, it's thicker on this side of things, but when you open it, the page is not super wide, so it's very easy to read and not lose where you're at when you start the next line. And I find that really nice. So there's some translator notes on in the front, and let's see here. It's a 32 GSM Bible paper, very durable. I like it. I like the off-white quality to it. And also, let's get to those translator notes up here. And if you want to read those, it's not a lot, but it gives you the cues, the visual cues throughout Scripture, so that you can utilize those and kind of, before you read something, you know, oh, this is a personal letter, or this is a quote, this is poetry, this is a prayer. So it'll have like, let me find something here. It's like a letter or a prayer. Like if we're in Daniel, for instance, so it sets apart dreams. It kind of has this cloud effect, and it also, just while as you're reading, you notice there's a DR there. You know that's a dream, or you see an LE for, oh, this is a letter. Typical Bibles do a visual setting apart of words of Christ in red, and that's incorporated in this as well. And that's one way to just, that distinguishes certain, it's, Jesus's words from the regular text as well. And so here's a list, and then, there's a list that follows. I like having that, knowing what I'm reading before I could get right into it. I just see that visual cue right quick. So with the poetry sections of the Bible, and I love to have this, and they seem to be set up very well that wherever there's a comma is typically where it's the next line. So when you're reading the Bible's parallelisms of synonymous, antithetical, synthetical types of poetry, this Bible is very nice for reading that. And so you can compare or contrast like what each verset is doing as you read it, and I like it a lot. I also note that my eye is naturally drawn to the bottom of the page. That they tried to do this, like each page of the Bible is a work of art, and it's signed down here by who the author of the Bible is attributed to, the Holy Writ. So I really like having that rather than looking at the top of the page. I know if your Bible is a study Bible and it has footnotes or references, of course, that may be kind of odd having it down there. But my eye is naturally now looking, when I look at other translations, it looks down here first because it seems this is much more natural. And I really like that, having the reference and the book and the chapters and the page number at the bottom. Visually stunning Bible. I really enjoy this. And I believe it's 11 point type. The font is 11 point. And it's very easy to read. Especially, I could see this as a very good pulpit Bible for reading like that. And just reading at the table, or if you're holding it. So I have one gripe. One gripe. It's not the Bible, the contents. It's not anything that Randy Brown or his team did. Being my first premium Bible, I've seen other premium Bibles, and the one thing that I have a gripe about this is the inside the cover. I love the outside of the cover. I love the tooling for the yap, and I love the yap. It's edge line sewed and very premium, is very quality cover, but not on the inside. These pleats seem very sloppy. The gold, the decorative gold border here is not even lined up. Like here it drops lower, and then on the side it's more what I would expect it to be. And then down at the bottom it's squared off. And so again, it's a very, I really love this cover, but opening it, and it's just for the reader, they'll see this. These pleats are just not what I was expecting. So, not a fan of that. It's my one gripe. Everything else I love. I only see it when I'm reading it, I know. But it is there, and I wish that, that really would have been the cherry on top, as if it had these beautiful pleats on that premium leather like that. So, this is my review of the KJV Reader's Bible with Sacred Syntax. Of course, the end of book taper, which I didn't mention yet. At the end of each book, it tapers off, and I really like that. It's kind of neat, kind of like you're tapering off the book there. You're concluding. So let me show a few examples. And I want to say each book starts out beautifully too, with the setting apart with the red text and the headings, and then the big bold title there. So here's one. In the book taper, I believe this was inspired by the old Geneva Bible that would do this. So visually, this Bible is stunning. It's easy to read. I love it. I love the size. And like I said, I feel like this was made for me. I love being able to just at a glance know I'm about to read a letter. I'm about to read something, because when, poetry or narrative, because when you're reading, sometimes you just kind of just read to read, or you have a Bible plan you're going through, and you're focusing more on getting through and reading it rather than you are reading it in the way what the Bible expects you to understand it as. So I appreciate that, and I love this edition. I know it's sold out the first run. The second run is on pre-order, and it sold out. And so I'm sure there will be some more runs coming out. and I can't recommend it enough. I really enjoy this premium Bible, and I hope you enjoyed my review. Thanks, guys.